What is up YouTube, and welcome to this DC video. So if you're new to the channel, please do drop a like and please do subscribe down below if you did enjoy the video, of course. So we have got hints at the DC 2018 event that's just happened in, well, I'm assuming it's Washington DC, and we've had quite a lot of news come out of that. We've had a brand new series, comic series announced from the creator of, or the director, sorry, of 12 Years a Slave, which is the other history of the DC, and it's dealing with all the meta-humans, the kind of like the minority characters and things like that, dealing with major events throughout history that actually happened. So that sounds quite cool, to be honest. It seems like DC are going down the kind of social inclusive route. However, they might have I'm worried they might go down the route that Marvel did with absolutely going all in on kind of SJW support with a lot of things, and maybe they'll do it right. I think it does sound like they're doing it right, to be honest. They're just being inclusive. I mean, they've got all their stories down. They're just being a bit more inclusive, which isn't really a bad thing at all, to be honest, is it? Just as long as it doesn't come as the detriment to the rest of the comics. But Jeff Johns actually hinted towards that we might be getting a new Arrowverse TV show. So that is quite big, to be honest, isn't it, that we might be getting that. But who could this actually be? Now, a lot of us were hoping for a Booster Gold show, or really maybe a Blue Beetle show. But Jeff Johns was asked about the character Hitman. Hitman, if you don't know who that is Tommy Monahan, and he was a war veteran who lives in Gotham City, which I guess a hitman, that's not a surprise whatsoever. He was actually introduced in the Demon Annual, which is of course Etrigan the Demon, who is, or thought to be, very, very highly connected to, or is the villain of the Titans TV show, which is on the DC streaming service. So what actually happens is he actually has some sort of Spider-Man style kind of origin, and he's bitten, and he then has his meta-human abilities unlocked, such as telepathy and X-ray vision, and he actually goes after other superhumans. So he has like his own code and things like that, and well, he's obviously faced off against all of the major characters within the DC universe. So he's kind of like, he bumps into a lot of the sort of major metas like Superman, Batman, and it does seem quite cool, to be honest, and it's going to be fun to see if this ever actually happens. But they actually said that, well, what's going on is, he said that my standard answer, and Greg and I always joke about this, there's always a chance because there always is a chance, but we actually are talking about Hitman. So he is actually talking to Greg Berlanti about Hitman. So yeah, it might not be part of the Arrowverse, but it could actually be part of maybe the CW, or it could be on a different channel, or just on the DC streaming service itself. So that would fit in quite well. I think it'd be quite cool. It could be the kind of DC TV's answer to the Punisher, I think, which would be really awesome. So let me know who you think, who you want to play the Punisher. And I have to say, more Garth Ennis comics being adapted is always a good thing. Now, next up, also discussing film, are back again with another exclusive about who is coming to The Flash. And they have stated that our friend, the awesome Jay Garrick, is coming back to The Flash. Now, we did know that. John Wesley Shipp did hint towards that he is actually he is returning, but now he is returning into episode 14 or 15. Now, they say that, but I'm going to predict that it is going to be episode 15, because episode 15 is actually called Enter Flash Time. Now, the other shows are also filming episode 15 at the moment. The Arrow is as well, because Colton Haynes has returned to play Roy Harper, and he is going to be in episode 15 like they said. So The Flash is also filming episode 15 right now, with Wally West returning and Jesse Quick returning as well. So that fits in quite well. So we could be getting a Speedster reunion. And could this be the first hint of the wider Flash family being brought in? Now, the Speedster reunion, I think, is going to be really, really cool. So Flash time could be something to do with possibly the Speed Force, which absolutely makes sense. Time as well, could we be having some sort of time travel? It's been quite a while since we've had time travel. We haven't had any form really of time travel this season, so you know what, I'm going to accept some sort of time travel. I think it really would be a lot of fun, and maybe time travel is the only way that can actually take down the damn Thinker. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. Are you excited for this? Now, as well as this, let's move on to some Marvel, where James Gunn has confirmed the release year, at least, for Guardians of the Galaxy 3. So Guardians of the Galaxy 3 will be coming out in 2020, which gives it enough time to fit in with the Fox deal. So maybe, could we see Kitty Pryde actually join the Guardians of the Galaxy? I really hope not, because I didn't like her in the Guardians. It just wasn't, I didn't think it fit. I didn't like her, to be honest, but I like her leading the X-Men, so there could be that. But it does lead, and this probably will be one of the first films after the whole thing with Infinity War. So Infinity War and then Avengers 4, we will have our thing that's going on as in Phase 4. So it makes sense that the spacefaring team will lead the charge into the new era, because this is, or at least Infinity War is introducing space to the wider MCU. So we will maybe have as well Adam Warlock involved. Could be, definitely, I think at some point he has to fit in with Infinity War. He really has to, considering he was the one who led the team in the comics. But we could also see maybe Thor will stick around with the Guardians. I think would be really awesome, and have some sort of Hulk deal where he kind of pops up in all of the other movies, which I really like. Maybe, but he's too big of a character really to not have his next trilogy. But he's open to more movies, and of course Captain Marvel as well. So we could lead into maybe some big things. Dark Phoenix would have been a good thing if we weren't getting that movie already with Fox. So let me know what you think down below. Who do you think could be joining the Guardians? Maybe what do you think the next story could be? But I reckon Silver Surfer and Galactus is definitely the next one. Do you think this is going to be fun? So I'll see you soon. Goodbye.